All right, welcome race fans. Here we are tonight with ECR at Daytona for 96 laps. This will be a good one here with the Gen 6. These guys always put on a good show. I'm trying to find something here and I'm having difficulties. I can't seem to find it. There it is. Drivers meeting in progress, folks. Sorry about that. Jeff, you got the points? You want to run down through the points for these folks real quick?
Yeah, sure can. All right, Nelson Rivera is in the lead with 579 points. Second is John Schweikert with 519. He's 60 behind Nelson. Third place is Joshua Witherspoon. He has 491 points. He's 88 behind. Fourth place is Stephen Massey. He has 487 points. He's 92 behind. Fifth place is Justin Bland. He has 460 points. He is 119 behind. Sixth place is Brian Wildison with 451 points. He's 128 behind. Seventh place is Anthony Fitchner with 449 points. He is 130 behind. Eighth place is Michael Ibe with 396 points. He's 183 behind. Ninth place is Brandon Simmons with 384 points. He's 195 behind. And in 10th place is Kurt Quist with 383 points, 196 points behind the leader, Nelson.
Very good, very good. Thank you. Well, hope everybody had an enjoyable holiday. Everybody was off for the 4th of July. Not much racing going on. This is actually our first night back here in a couple of nights. So hopefully everybody had a safe holiday, returned home safely if you were away. Didn't get into any trouble with fireworks or didn't blow your hand off or anything dangerous like that, or nobody got hurt from that. And if you went and watched fireworks shows, we hope you enjoyed it. And happy Independence Day. So, all right, we're just 4 minutes away from qualifying here, folks. Some awful beautiful looking cars out here tonight, Jeff.
Yes, sir. There's a lot of these cars out here that I am just liking a lot. The Verizon car here by Nelson Rivera. I like that car a lot. There was another one I saw too. Where was it? 56 car. Yeah, the U-Haul car. I like that one too. I've never seen a U-Haul car before. I think I ran one once, but I couldn't remember. But I like that paint scheme too.
Yep. Well, 96 laps around here. Let's see, almost half of a full race.
Yeah, just 4 laps shy of 100 laps, which would be halfway of a full-length race. So, an interesting one tonight here around Daytona.
Where are they going next week, Joe?
Next week, I believe I'm correct. Remember what it was. Let me take a look. Next week will be Kentucky for 161 laps.
Yeah, good track. Well, things for to watch out for here tonight. It's going to be very hard to pass. We're going to see cars diving around, trying to get down and get side draft. We're going to see guys moving to the high side, to the low side. Some guys trying to protect the bottom. Pit stops. I believe they are running 100% fuel here. So 100% fuel, they're probably looking at about 38 lap windows, somewhere along in there.
Around 38, 40 laps probably.
About 40 laps. So they can't make it on one pit stop, so they'll have to definitely make it on 2. And that could change due to cautions. So, and then that'll spread the field out a little bit too, Jeff. Once they make their pit stops there, the field will get spread out a little bit. Looking for a partner out here is going to be a key factor here tonight in the race. Making sure you get hooked up with somebody to stay in that draft. If you lose that draft, your race is pretty much over, and you're going to be praying for a caution to get caught up to the field. So, all right, we're about 30 seconds away here from the national anthem. So stay with us, folks. Don't go anywhere. We're about to get into qualifying here. They only have a 5-minute qualifying window. So they'll only be able to turn a couple of laps. So it'll be quick qualifying. We'll be on to the race right after that. So we're just a few minutes away from that. So we're going to step away real quick, folks. We'll be right back here with qualifying.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, we are back live, qualifying underway. Going to be some awful hungry guys out there tonight, you know, trying to do the best they can here at a super speedway, where it kind of gives everybody a struggling chance to try to get up there and pull out a win. So we're going to see a lot of battling, probably really close finish here coming down to the end of it. So it's going to be a great show here, Jeff.
Oh yeah, I believe it. And a lot of pack racing as well, and that's the kind of racing I like to see, and I believe everybody does too. And the key factor always, and the key question, Tony in Talladega, is you'll never know when it's going to happen. When is it going to happen? The big one.
Yep, that's exactly right. We may see some cars maybe try to back that up by staying back a little ways off of off of everything. So we may see that change. Guys will back up a little bit, stay 4 or 5 seconds behind that lead pack. We might see a couple of different packs break apart, and and just kind of giving themselves that little bit of a cushion to make sure that they don't, they can check up before they get into the wreck up in the front, if there's a wreck up in the front. It could happen in the back. You never know.
It could, yeah. The big one could happen anywhere at restrictor plates like Daytona and Talladega. But as you said, Rudy, that's a good point. And I think these guys actually would, it'd actually be a good idea for them to break off into smaller little groups and packs. And that also might help kind of split that, chance of the big one occurring. I think, the more grouped up are, the more, everybody's, racing, and the more they're getting into it. And I think that, with the bigger packs is, sometimes what causes the big crash. And if they break up into a lot of smaller packs, it might help it out a little bit.
Boy, big field here tonight. Wow, 35 drivers. Whew.
Yeah.
And Michael Leiby grabbing the pole away from Matt Moritz by 8 1/1000ths of a second.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Pretty tight field. Look at that. The top 10 all within 92 1/1000ths of a second. All right.
Yes.
That's going to wrap up qualifying, and let's get down here on the grid, folks. If I can get this thing to work. I can't get it to do anything here. I don't know. It's like jammed up. Well, let me see here. There we go. That was weird. Okay, starting on the pole, Michael Leiby with a 47.123. Matt Moritz starting second. Thomas Lattimore will be starting from the third position. George Munger in fourth. John Schweikert fifth. Chuck Harrell sixth. Nicole Johnson with a great qualifying time right there, starting in seventh place. Nelson Rivera eighth. Anthony Thitchner 9th, and Blake Freeman 10th, Jeff.
Yep, we got Nick Olson starting 11th tonight, Stephen Massey in 12th, Michael Kenner will start 13th, Jeremy Rubin in 14th, Douglas Hess 15th, Matthew Hibbs in 16th, Tony Diamond 17th, 18th will be Joshua Witherspoon, 19th Scott Hunsinger, and 20th will be Brian Wildison. Rudy?
All right, Joshua Sousey, for all you Sousey Nation drivers, back this week on the track. So we're welcoming Joshua Sousey back in. Michael Guidry in 22nd, Justin Bland 23rd, Brandon Simmons 24th, Martin Daviow in 25th, Chris Collins 26th, Sean Medling 27th, Chris Steele 28th, Ron Miller 29th, and Tony DeGennaro starting in 30th, Jeff.
Yeah, we got Pat Rusha starting in 31st. Starting 31st. Kurt Quist in 32nd. Victor Cantrell 33rd. John Sheets in 34th. And Ken Ron will start 35th.
All right. Ready to go racing.
Daytona style. They might have a few guys that did not start, or they're going to start on pit road. I do not see Justin Bland, Brian Wildison, or Martin Daviow in the field here. So they may be going to start on pit road, or they missed a start, one of the two. I know some guys don't like to run these super speedways, Jeff, and because just for the fact, and I heard this out of the mouth of somebody just about a week ago, they don't like the fact that it gives everybody a chance to win. They want it to be in the driver's hands to get into victory lane, out driving somebody at a certain track. So I don't know. I think it kind of throws a little bit of a fair mix into the thing. You get guys that may not be as good at, say, Martinsville or something, that they can actually have a chance to get to victory lane in a track like this here. So
All right, well, we're ready to go green here, folks. Michael Leiby going to be getting the command to get them started here as the pace car is getting ready to dive onto pit road. And the green will be out almost immediately. There goes the pace car. And we have a green underway here for the ECR Coke Zero 400 tonight. And yes, them 3 drivers did not start. Interesting. Well, Schweikert already got up to 3rd and Anthony Fitchner 4th. As the inside line is starting to move here, we've got a blinker back there. Wow, a big time blinker. Oh, somebody into the wall. And that's going to wrap it up right there, folks. There's going to be a bunch of them into it. I see Scott Hunsinger involved in that. Ouch. Matt Moritz, if I can get on him here. If I can find him. Where in the heck did he go? There he is. We'll get on Matt Moritz and follow these guys here. Just give me a second. Oh, we're 3 wide, and it looks like the number 3 comes up the hill and right into Matt Moritz, and that's what started it. Wow, that was pretty violent right there. Chuck Harrell. Go back and take a look at this. He went 3 wide going into turn 3. Looks like Michael Kinner on the inside. He's going to come up into Matt Moritz, and that's going to put Matt Moritz into the wall, and then we're going to see him all pile up from here. Boy, he's going to gather up a whole mess of them. Everybody's doing like 200 miles an hour when this happens, so, you know, I mean, there isn't even enough time to check up. Oh my, oh my, this is the big one right here. We're going to see a bunch of guys on pit road after this, Jeff.
Yes, and what a shock this has come to all of us, Rudy. I was not expecting the big one to happen on lap 1.
Yeah, it is. It's wow. Well, Leiby looks like, yeah, Leiby's going to bring him to pit road, it looks like.
No, he stays out.
Yep. Well, looks like a couple of the guys, that has ended their day. So, it looks like Sean Medling has already taken his car behind the wall. And we've got several of them on pit road. Looks like the whole back part of the field did come to pit road. But Nicole Johnson, Jeremy Rubin, Tony Diamond, Chris Collins, Matt Moritz, George Munger, and Matthew Hibbs. Looks like they're going to be sitting on pit road for a while, Jeff.
Yeah, they are, and most of these cars I'm seeing here have just devastating front end damage. The rest of the cars look okay, so if they get those front ends worked on, they might be able to get back out here and scrounge for some points.
Well, that's that thing I always preach on. Don't give up. You know?
Exactly.
And go out there, because there's a lot of positions you could pass to get up there, you know.
Oh, exactly. And one of the guys that you talked about, Rudy, out of the 3 guys that did not start, actually looks like he is on track now, and he's running in 16th place, and that's Brian Wilderson. I did see him come out on track. I think he opted to start from pit road, and it looks like he got through that mess.
He sure did, and he's clear up to 9th place already.
Yeah.
Oh, that might have been a very smart thing right there for him to do, is start on pit road.
I believe it was.
Because, I mean, you know, I don't know. You know, you see it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But
exactly.
You know, I think it's sometimes it is a good idea. Tony DeGennaro now coming to pit road with heavy damage on his car as well. I think he's hoping maybe he can get that fixed up and get back out there. We still got quite a few guys coming to pit road. And wow. Yeah. Ron Miller, hoping he can get back out. Brandon Simmons, he is getting back out. Doug Hess. Chuck Harrell just now coming off pit road. Boy, I get the hiccups. Man, sorry about that. Well, Michael Leiby's loving this because he got some bonus points there for leading laps. So he's got that out of the way. Now he can just concentrate on trying to win the race. Who's texting and driving? I thought you were the only one that could do that, Luis. Luis is in chat, watching from Brazil.
Oh.
Yeah, I talked to him on Facebook this morning, and he said he is in Brazil. So hopefully you're enjoying yourself and having a good time down there. And hopefully you're going to be back soon here to join in with these guys. This could have been your race to win right here, Luis.
But could have.
But no. Okay, not much has changed up front here. Michael Leiby will restart in the lead. Thomas Lattimore second. John Schweiker third. Anthony Thitchner fourth. And Nick Olson. That'll be your top five as they're doubling back up here. Some guys just barely beating the pace car off of pit road. Tony DeGennaro, Ron Miller, Doug Hess, these guys just coming off. Nicole Johnson, Kurt Quist, Jeremy Rubin, Sean Medling. These guys are staying, getting back out there on the track. They're going to be a couple of laps down, but they can pick up positions, and that's going to be their main goal out there. Cautions could come out. They could get back on the lead lap. Could wind up to be a factor before this is over. So get them going here, Jeff.
Will do.
Yeah, we got a bunch of them on pit road, man.
Yes, we do, and a lot of them have also taken their cars behind the wall, too, including Sean Medling, Chris Collins, and Matthew Hibbs.
Sean Medling's back in.
Oh, excuse me. I see that now. Never mind. I misread that.
Yeah, Chris Collins and Matthew Hibbs are out.
Yeah, so that's the only two so far, but my apologies there on the mistake on Sean, but yeah, Chris and Matthew, the only two drivers out currently. All right, pace car heads back for pit road, and there's the green flag. We're back underway here at Daytona. What a good restart there by Michael Leiby and John Schweiker.
Yep, Schweiker immediately got around Thomas Lattimore. That's what's kind of good about starting in the third position. You're kind of like right behind the leader, and he just pretty much shoved Michael Leiby along right there, and that's what you got to do. If you want that position, you got to make that effort and try to get up there. So, and we got a couple of them here, Lattimore and Nick Olson trying to get something going on the high side. Not going to happen, though. They need a few more cars up there, and Nick Olson just blinked out.
Yeah, he's gone right now.
Oh, man.
Oh, he's back, but he's dropping positions due to that. Oh, boy.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh.
Well, Anthony Thitchner will take over that fourth spot. Michael Kinner, fifth. I know there's a lot of Michael Kinner fans out there. We all enjoy watching his broadcast, which I'm sure he's broadcasting right now as we speak. He always broadcasts in car, so you might want to look his channel up. I think it's called Yeah Broadcasting or something, YEAH or something. I can't remember what it's called now. I should have remembered that. Brian Wilson in fifth. Somehow Anthony Thitchner gets shuffled back a little bit. Joshua Sousey into seventh. He's got some pretty heavy damage on the front of it, but it doesn't seem to be affecting the speed of it at all.
Oh, it looks like he's just staying in the draft here. And when he gets in the draft, he can stay right there with them and catch up. So, yeah, it's amazing right now for Josh. And he started 21st tonight, currently running 7th in the top 10. So, good job for him. And we'll see him progress on through this race tonight.
Oh, yeah. His channel is Hell Yeah Racing. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
that's what it is. Yeah.
I knew it was something like that. Thank you, Louise. Appreciate that. Chris Steele now
I couldn't remember either.
falls back a little ways. Here comes Michael Guidry on the inside. Guidry's car pretty clean. He's got it motoring along here. He's got a little bit of a checkup between him and the lead pack. But look at the pack of cars back here. Holy smokes, Ken Ron. Now there's a beautiful painted job. Oh,
Yes.
I love that paint job.
I do too.
Oh, I want it. I may have to talk to Ken after the race and say, can I get that paint job? Please. Chris Steele in 11th. Matt Rouchet in 12th place. Look at this. So, this is what we were talking about. These guys, that some of the guys that were in the front, or were in the back, are now moved up closer to the front due to that, that big wreck. So,
Yeah.
Tony Diamond, another one out of the race. We've still got 4 guys sitting on pit road: Jeremy Rubin, Blake Freeman, Matt Moritz, and George Munger. These guys still all sitting on pit road.
Yeah, it's good to see Nicole Johnson getting back out on track. So it looks like she didn't have engine damage, so she's able to get back out here and contend for some points.
Yet. With damage like that, how that sometimes it takes a while for that engine damage to
yes,
affect it, and it could wind up letting go, or maybe they got it fixed enough to get her back out there, and maybe she's going to try to get it, worked on some more. Running right behind her there, they are both on the same lap, the lead lap, first car lap down, both one lap down. Kirk Quist, his car's pretty clean, but it looks like he's trying to help out Nicole a little bit here. I mean, he probably has enough horsepower to get by her. They're not completely up to speed. They're nowhere near as fast as these leaders are. These leaders are over 200 miles an hour. And Tony D on pit road. What's up with Tony D?
I don't know.
Might have just been maybe he was one of them ones that the engine did let go.
Yeah, because he was in that big crash, and he does have some substantial amount of front end damage here. He has no bumper, so it's a possibility his engine did let go.
Looking back on all the hungry wolves here behind Michael Leiby, he has led all 11 laps so far in the race. Schweiker in tow, sitting there like a vulture, just waiting. You don't have to lead all the laps. All you got to do is lead the last one. But it really was a shame, though, Jeff, that, actually, that we had a caution on the first lap like that. That is a total shame because, these guys worked so hard on their setups, and for that to happen and be taken out on lap 1, that's a heartbreaker, man. That is.
Yeah. That's just Heartbreak Hotel right there, and that's something a driver doesn't want to see at a restrictor plate track that early.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
well, Guidry trying to make something happen here, it looks like.
Yes, sir. And, oh no, talking about poor Tony D there. Tony DeGennaro taking his car behind the wall tonight.
I seen that.
Oh, I seen the car get loose right there up front, the 87 car.
Kinner up on the high side.
Yeah.
And boy, look at
Michael Kinner going for a lead run here.
Look at this move he's making. Right behind, he's bringing Josh Witherspoon with him.
Yeah.
And they're challenging here. They're going to challenge Michael Leiby and John Schweiker. If they just had a little more help up there, that would be, man, wouldn't that be great, You need about 4 or 5 cars up there to work together, and you can drive by these guys on the bottom.
Exactly, yeah. I kind of see up here Brian Wilderson back here. He was on the high side there. It looked like he was trying to catch him, but he dove it down low right there. I don't know if he's just, trying to. He is kind of behind the draft right now, so he might be trying to catch the draft to catch up with these guys, but I think he might be potential to help Michael and Joshua here.
Yeah, that could be. Well, looks like Schweiker come out in front of Michael Kinner now. And that let Anthony Fitchner close up on the back of Michael Leiby. So now this is changing up a little bit more here as we're watching what's going on up here in the front. While all that's happening, we got the second group back here trying to catch up to. These guys are actually trying to catch that lead group. They're just they're in the reach of the grasp of the draft over right here. Guidry leading these guys around, and they are in the grasp of the draft. They just need to get nose to tail here and make something happen, and we could wind up to see about a 14-car lead packer here. Man, this is all the way back to Brandon Simmons. All right, we got two guys way back, still on the lead lap here. Josh Sheets and Victor Cantrell, but they have no drafting partners. They're the last two on the lead lap. Ron Miller does take over that position from Nicole Johnson for the first car lap down. He will be the wait by if a caution comes out. Nicole Johnson and Kirk Quist still working together back here, 18th and 19th. Stephen Massey, there's another one. Boy, tough break for Stephen today to get caught up into that. Doug Hess right behind him, them two trying to work the field. Sean Medling now 3 laps down, but he is mixed in with these guys. And his car looks like it's in pretty good shape.
It does.
Yeah. Nelson Rivera back out on the track, and Blake Freeman. Blake's got a lot of damage on his car, and it's dog tracking a little bit, but he's trying to make the best of it. Looks like about a 175, 176 is about his top speed, so it's really not all that great. But back up front here, Michael Leiby still leading, got 17 laps under his belt. And those guys have closed that gap up. Now look at this here. We've got a 13-car pack up here in the front. And we're probably about halfway, I'd say about halfway or pretty close to halfway from seeing the first green flag pit stops here. Some of these guys up in the front did not pit on that first caution. Michael Leiby, Anthony Fitchner, Thomas Lattimore, Brian Wilderson, John Schweiker, and Michael Kinner, and another one, Nick Olson. None of them guys pitted. Kinner, let's ride along here with Michael Kinner for a minute. He's trying to stay right there on Schweiker's tail. Witherspoon on the inside there of Schweiker. Looks like he will get by Schweiker and go into the 5th position. bottom here. Right in behind Josh Witherspoon. Now he looks back out again. Yeah, we know, Luis. We figured that one out, but thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, they had a couple of laps under caution there, so that'll probably put them over the 40 lap mark when they need to pit. But some of the guys did pit already. Some of these guys that are up front, Witherspoon did pit on that caution. So you'll probably see him stay out when everybody else comes to pit road just so he can lead a lap and collect that bonus point. Now he's going to be looking for a partner to do that with. Definitely looking for a partner to do that with. Thitchner, second place. One that really impresses me right now, Jeff, is Brian Wilderson. I mean, after starting on pit road, look at this, running in 4th position.
Yes, it's just amazing. You know, he started from pit road, and it shows he started 20th place, and he's worked his way up to 4th position. And we talked about, you know, he missed the big one, and I think that was a good idea to start from pit road because that helped him miss that. And look at where it got him. He's up here running with these guys now that weren't involved in it, and he's having a blast right now, I believe.
Yes, sir. I think you are correct. Nick Olson, 8th place. I'm not sure if he is... Oh! Mark Wiggly there.
Yeah.
We got some three. They did go 3 wide, and there were some lap down cars there that got a little squirrely. Doug Hess, I seen him really squirrely back here. He goes another lap down.
That was a pretty big group of lap down cars to try to pass there. The leaders had to get around, but they all did it safely, and it was pretty good.
Well, Victor Cantrell did go a lap down. Now he's the only car 1 lap down, so he would be the wave by. He's been on pit road a few times here, but trying to get damage fixed up. And he seems to be pretty fast. You know, he's hanging on there pretty good to that lead pack. Next one to go a lap down is Josh Sheets out here all by himself. And he is not that far from going a lap down. We can see the leaders coming up behind him real fast. When you look at the difference in the speeds here, Josh running right around about 191. Well, I think he was about 194 going into turn 1. But then let's take a look at the leader's speed. They're already at 200 miles an hour. So they're going to be coming up on Josh Sheets real fast here and put him a lap down. Boy, he's blinking pretty bad too. He's praying for a caution right now. He doesn't want to go a lap down, I'm sure. Nice looking car. And here comes the leaders. Is he going to give way to the leaders as they come up on him real fast? Now he's going to go up to the high side. They're going to drive underneath. These guys all give plenty of room to make sure that they do clear him. Schweikert now in 5th. Witherspoon 6th. These guys jockeying 4 positions, and they're starting to get broke up here again, Jeff. Michael Kinner and this group have fallen back just a little. They haven't really lost the draft yet.
Looks like they may have, Rudy. I don't really know.
Well, they're 3/4 of a second. Usually you can still feel the draft until you get, over about a second behind. And yeah, he's about 3/4 of a second. They, if they can get nose to tail, they may be able to reel in Josh Witherspoon on that low line.
And it looks like they're trying to do that right now. I can see the 14 car back here of Michael Guidry trying to catch Michael Kinner here. And if they can get something working together, they can catch these guys. And we got a caution.
We got a caution. And it looked like Chuck Harrell, I just seen, got collected into that. Let's go back and take a look at this. Oh, John Schweikert as well. All right, let's go to John Schweikert's car because I think that's where we've seen the first part of it. Maybe him and Chuck Harrell got together there. That's what it's looking like. Yeah, it looks like maybe Harrell might have hooked that bumper. We'll ride along here with Schweikert. Yeah, and it looks like Chuck Harrell comes up on Schweikert and looks like he just barely bumps that back end, and it kicks both of them around. Schweikert's trying to steer out of it, but when you get to oversteering like that, and that's all right in front of traffic, and this is what's going to hurt right here, because if somebody comes around here with Schweikert got back up onto the track again, and he's going to get into the wall hard. Boy, what a hard hit he took. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
And back here on Chuck Harrell and a bunch of other guys going to get involved in that too. Dang. Even Michael Kinner sliding. Looks like I don't think he got much damage. Looks like he just slid to avoid all this stuff. Well, his car may be okay here.
Yeah, there's a little slight dent in the left front of Michael Kinner's car there. I don't know about the right side, but I did see a little bit of a dent in the left front, but I don't think it's much to affect his handling of the car or the draft any.
Well, Schweikert's going to stay out. I believe he wants to collect that bonus point, because I would definitely want to come to pit road and get that looked at. Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, especially with the back end, the way it looks on that one machine. It looks like it might be a little bit of aero dependent there because the spoiler's kind of messed up, so you might not be as quick.
Well, let's see if we can get Brian Wilderson. What do you think about talking to Brian Wilderson if we can find him?
Alrighty, I got him.
Okay. Brian Wilderson, you got a copy?
Hey, you ready?
Well, you started on pit road today. What was the strategy on that? Just to avoid all the wrecks, or?
Well, there wasn't much strategy involved there. That was just dumb luck. I missed the start of the race when I got back here, and totally missed the green flag, actually. They were coming around for the first lap, and until I pulled out and the track yellow just came out. So I got lucky and ended up probably saving myself because that wreck was towards the back of the pack. I probably would have gotten wiped out.
Well, I'll tell you what, it all worked out in your favor because look where you're running now, 5th place. This is great. How's the car feel out here in the pack?
Car feels great. I think this race is going to come down to strategy as always, fuel mileage and tires, who's going to pit with who. So, this can go any way of 100 different ways. We're just going to have to see how it's going to turn out.
Well, it's been a while since we've seen you in Victory Lane, Brian. Man, are we going to see you in Victory Lane today, you think?
Yeah, it's possible. This is one of them tracks where just about anything can happen. So I'm here to help out my teammates as long as they're going to be sticking around. So if we can get one of my teammates here in Victory Lane, that'd be about the best thing that could happen for us tonight.
Well, just kind of an FYI here, Schweikert did get some pretty heavy damage on that car, but he stayed out to lead a lap. I don't know if he's going to stay out and restart the race. If he does, be careful there. I probably shouldn't be telling you that, but I'm sure you understand what's going on there. But hopefully he doesn't check up the field too awful bad.
Yeah, these guys are pretty good at sorting out positions here. I think we'll be fine.
Okay, Brian. Well, good luck out there, brother, and we're going to be looking to see if we can find you in Victory Lane at the end of this race, hopefully.
Thanks, Reedy.
All right. Yeah, hopefully that damage on Schweikert's car is not going to affect him too awful much, or I don't know. You think we might maybe see him come to pit road? I mean, it might not be a bad idea. The worst he's going to be is at the tail end of the lead lap, and that would be like 12th or 13th.
Yeah, so that really wouldn't be that bad for him. And then if he could, catch a break and another caution comes out and he can come down pit road and fix that up a little bit, he might be okay.
And that's exactly, well, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, he's coming to pit road. I think that's a good move. he stayed out long enough to lead a lap, and that's good. Okay, but let's see what he's going to do here. I mean, he can actually speed on pit road, because the worst he's going to get is start at the end of the longest line, you know. And,
exactly.
And that's where he's going to be, you know. So I don't know. Looks like he's going to be sitting there for a little bit getting damage fixed up. Well, that gives the lead back to Michael Livey as the lights are out on the pace car, ready to go back. Green flag racing here. And not all that many drivers left in the race from what started here, Jeff. We had about, 32 or 33 drivers that started the race, something like that?
Yeah, 30. We did. We had 33 drivers start the race, or 32. Yeah, I think. Yeah, 32, 33.
We're down to probably less than 25 right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 12 cars on the lead lap, but, there's still, with the lap down cars that are just one lap down, that makes 16. And then there's some others that are, farther down the list that are still on the track as well. So I'd say probably around maybe 20 cars at the most are still on track, maybe 21. So...
Nick Olson, texting and driving. Texting and driving. That'd get you in trouble, Nick.
That'll get you a ticket from the race car place.
Yeah. All right, folks, here we go. Pace car's in. And green is out. We're underway here again for the ECR Coke Zero 400 tonight at Daytona. Oh, looks like John Schweiker took his car behind the wall. Oh, man.
Yes, he did. Oh,
man. Well, that's just going to open up another slot, because Chuck Harrell, Brandon Simmons has taken their car behind the wall. And now we got a challenge by Anthony Fitchner on the outside of Michael Libby. And it looks like he got enough run. Not quite enough to clear Libby, though. Libby looks like he might be getting a little bit of help back here from Thomas Lattimore. Whether Anthony's going to lead this lap, I don't know. It looks like he will. Yes, he does. He grabbed a bonus point right there by leading that lap. Well, we're a little over a third of the way through the race here, folks. Long ways to go. 96 laps. That's what were we talking? Almost half of a full-length race. So,
yeah.
4 laps shy of a full-length race. They usually run 200 laps here for a full-length race. They're running 96, so that kind of gives you an idea. Well, Libby got a great run right there with a bunch of cars on his tail, and that's what he needed. More cars on the bottom to keep him out ahead of Fitchner right now. It allowed a lot of cars to get caught up here. Ken Ron back here 2.3 seconds back, working with a couple other guys, but they're not nose to tail. And man, is that a beautiful car. I want that car. I want that paint job. Pat Rouchet well off of the pace. Serious damage on Pat's car tonight as he's trying to stay out of the way here. Looks like the number 31, Doug Hess, goes by. Doug running about 2 laps down. Jeremy Rubin back out on the track. 15 laps down, I guess he is. Still running strong, though. And he's back here working with, that is Nelson Rivera just ahead of him. These guys aren't up to full speed, but nonetheless they're trying to pick off as many positions as they can, which they will. They'll be picking up a few more positions here. The next lap around, Nelson Rivera will pick up 2 more positions. All right, back up front. We got Nick Olson challenging for the lead now. Anthony Thitchner up there on the high side with these guys.
Ooh, did I see Nick Olson blinking out again there? I believe I did. Ugh.
Wow, look at
Hopefully he can
Witherspoon.
get that fixed.
Witherspoon coming up through there. Holy smokes. What a run. He's got a little bit of right front damage. Looking at it, I don't know how he got that, whether it could have been a little bit of contact between him and somebody. I don't know, but he's running.
Yeah, it looks like I'm
running well.
Yeah. I'm starting to see a lot of damage occurring on these cars now. There's not very many of them out here that don't have any damage, and I'd say the only ones up front right now that don't would be the 55 and the 87, and possibly the 13 and 14.
Yeah. Sousey, Joshua Sousey Nation. He does have a little bit of damage on the front of his car, but he's hanging pretty strong right here in 8th place.
Yes, sir.
He's got the 05 of Josh Sheets pushing him. Now, Josh Sheets, if you remember, was a lap down here just recently, and now he's back on the lead lap. So,
yeah, and 2 more drivers to join him back on the lead lap would be Ken Ron and Pat Rouchet.
Yes, sir. Rouchet not that far ahead of the leaders. He's concerned right now. He doesn't want to go a lap down. And we're coming up on the halfway mark here in about another 6 or 7 laps. We'll be at the halfway. Victor Cantrell in 12th. Nicole Johnson right behind him in 13th. So, boy, good run. She's staying right there in the draft, and that's what she's going to have to do with all that front end damage on her car. She's got to stay in the draft. And if you notice, Jeff, Kurt Quist has been hanging with her for the whole race.
Yeah, he has, and that's a good thing to see, helping out another driver that has damage like that and helping them stay up and, with a group of cars and, try to run in contention here.
Well, the Ken Ron actually, good news for him because he's tagging along with these guys, and that's helping him stay on the lead lap.
Yes, it is.
But bad news for Pat Rouchet. He's got the whole
sadly
field
about to go a lap down.
Yeah, the whole field coming up on him, and it looks like they're going to pass him easily here. Good clean pass, and whoa, pretty close contact, almost contact there. Nick Olson kind of getting shuffled back a little bit. He goes back to the 8th position. Yeah, Ken Ron's losing time, but not that much. I mean, he's 9.5 seconds back, where right now, if he was by himself, he'd probably already be getting close to half lap behind. So he's still in good shape right now. Scott Hunsinger, 20th position. Had a lot of damage from that, being involved in that accident. Nelson Rivera does come into the 21st position. Jeremy Rubin right behind him in 25th, but he'll be picking up about 3 more positions in about the next 5 laps. So that's that never give up attitude right there that I always talk about, Jeff. You don't want to never give up, man. Look at the positions he picked up. He was way back in like 30th, being involved in that wreck on lap 1. And look where he's at now, man. He's going to be coming up into 22nd position here in the next couple of laps. So, way to get after it. Livy towing the whole front part of this field around as the field's really shortened up. We're down to 22 drivers left in the race.
And only 10 cars on the lead lap.
That's how much cautions affect you out there.
Oh, yes. Especially at restrictor plate tracks, man. Those cautions are not your friend.
I was trying to find Thitchner. Thitchner he kind of got shuffled back a little bit. Comes up on Joshua Sousey, and those two may be trying to team up. Nope. Thitchner dives to the outside. Sousey way down below the yellow line right there. He's hanging on to the back of Michael Guidry. Josh Witherspoon up to third as they're going 3 wide again in the tri-oval here, folks. Boy, this is where things get ugly sometimes.
Yes. Whoa.
Wow, they made it. Good job. They passed up Nelson Rivera right there. And Jeremy Rubin. Jeremy now up to 23rd, so here in about 2 more laps, he'll get by John Schweikert and go into 22nd. Well, look at them. Look how wide they are up in the front right now.
Yeah, this is just nuts here. They're racing like it's the last lap up here almost.
Yep. Brian Wilson trying to make something happen up in the front here. It started on pit road, and he wants to lead a lap, and it's going to be denied right there. Michael Leiby will lead that one. Well, 3 more laps, Jeff, and we'll be at the halfway mark.
Yes, sir. And I think that that's just going to get even more intense from that point on as it is right now, and it's not halfway yet. We see these guys up front here, and they're putting on a show right now.
Riding along here with Joshua Sousey. You can see the damage there on the back of Michael Guidry's car and on the front of Josh Sousey. Takes a look on the outside, maybe having some problems staying with Guidry right now. Could be having a little bit of steering problems with that car, with the front end damage he's got.
Yeah, that's a possibility, and with front end damage like that, you would think that that would be the first thing affected. Would be the steering, so that could be his issue.
Riding along with Josh Sheets now. Anthony Thitchner drops it down to the bottom row. Wilson did lead 1 lap, so he must have got up there and did actually lead a lap. Witherspoon driving by Brian Wilson on the inside. Thitchner gets by. Wilson's actually going backwards.
Oh no!
Well, that could be by design, though. He got up there, he led his lap. That's all. That's what he was worried about. He wanted to get that bonus point. Everybody, man, they strive for that week after week. Got to get that bonus point. They add up.
Exactly, they do.
No, they're doing 96 laps. 96 laps. If it was a real race, it would be 200 laps. So they're actually 4 laps short of halfway of a full race, a full-length race. It says it right in the description. 96 laps. Well, Michael Leiby got a little bit loose right there from Lattimore. Lattimore actually touched him, and I guess he just had enough of a run there that we usually don't see these cars touch too awful much unless somebody checks up, but he did just barely got into the back of Michael Leiby. Now he comes up on him once again as they go by a lot of guys that have come to pit road. somebody just wrecked or something there. I don't know. I thought I heard something. Maybe not. Could be my hearing. Scott Hunsinger out of the race. Taking him behind the wall. So there's another position for Jeremy Rubin to pick up. So here in about another 7 laps, he'll go into 21st position. And these guys just passing up Michael Kinner and Sean Medling. Michael Kinner in 13th position, a couple laps down. Sean Medling in 19th, 7 laps down. Oh, I see what it is now. I see Josh Sheets blinking pretty bad there.
Yeah. There's been a lot of guys in here blinking pretty bad tonight. I've seen Nelson Rivera, and we got the 41 of Nick Olson, and now Josh. So yeah, I just maybe there's some issues with
Michael
tires.
Oh no! Oh no! That's going to bring out a caution. Let's go see what happened here. Oh man,
that was a big one.
Poor Michael Libby right there, man. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Lattimore got into the back of him or something here. I'm right on the back of Michael Libby right now. It looks like Lattimore comes up on him. Oh, he was going to try to take a look on the inside, come up, and we know what that bumper hook's like. And he did catch the bumper of Michael Libby, and both of them going to start sliding here. And we're going to see these guys get into the wall pretty heavy here. They come up. Oh, Witherspoon. Oh, man, he dodged a bullet on that one. Josh Witherspoon.
Yes, he did.
Oh, Josh Sheets is going to get into it. Sean Medling. Michael Guidry. Oh, man, Michael Kinner.
Yeah.
Oh, Libby's going to get a heavy damage on it. So, oh, man, that's going to just about ruin his night. He is on pit road, but Anthony Thitchner is scored as the leader right now. Okay, so let's take a look at the race summary here now. This is caution number 3, folks, for 8 laps. Not bad after 50 laps. And I think we're going to see these guys come down pit road. No, Thitchner's not, but the rest of them are. Wolderson is, he said, nah, I'm coming to pit road. I need tires, I need fuel. And the thing of it is this could be his final pit stop. Oh, and he overshot his pits.
No.
This will be his final pit stop because they can make it from here, Jeff.
They can, yeah.
No, wait a minute. No.
Maybe not.
No, they can't.
Oh.
No way.
I thought they could.
No, they got 44 to go. You ain't going to make 44 laps.
No.
Oh, man.
Well, that just made this race interesting.
Yeah.
Because you can make it around 38, 40, but 44 to go, looks like we're going to be about 5 to 6 laps short. So is it going to be a fuel strategy race now, is the question. Interesting.
Yeah.
And as we say that, Nicole Johnson was the lucky dog recipient, so she will get back on the lead lap.
Back on the lead lap or just one lap? Oh, no, she will be back on the lead lap. Whoa! That just made the cheese a little binding right there, didn't it?
Yes, it did. And if Kurt Quist can stay in his position, and hopefully another one doesn't come out, but if another caution does come out, Kurt Quist would be the lucky dog recipient as of right now, and he would also get back on the lead lap.
Well, this is affording a lot of people to pick up a lot of positions out here, and we're going to see people up here racing for this win that, it's going to be really interesting. Okay, here comes Anthony Thitchner down pit road. Nick Olson will take over the lead, but did not lead that lap yet. So he'll have to go around one more time. Well, puts Ken Ron in second place. Let's get a word in with Ken Ron, Jeff. I'll let you talk to him.
All right. I can find him here.
Should be
There he is.
down at the bottom.
Yep. Ken Ron, you got a copy?
I do.
Hey, man, tell us about your run out there tonight that you're having, and tell us about that wreck up front, if you saw it or not, and what your thoughts are on that, and what your thoughts are on the race tonight.
Well, I didn't see the first one. I got slowed up for that one, and then there was another one that happened in front of me. I got woed up, but then I got nailed from behind. Messed me up a little bit on the left front. They got that fixed, so it's pretty much up to speed now, but we need to keep the cautions down here and keep our heads about us.
Exactly. Yeah, especially at a restrictor plate track like this, damage is something, drivers don't want to see on your car or have. How do you feel that the slight damage you have is affecting you here tonight? Do you feel like you can, stay pretty connected in the draft and be in contention here to possibly finish in top 3 tonight?
I actually lost a little bit on the restart there the last time. Hopefully I can get a little better restart here, but yeah, with one or two cars in front of me, it sucks up real good. I got the speed, but I can't pull out and pass, so I'm going to be a pusher for sure.
Alrighty. Well, good luck on the restart here when we get back going, and hopefully we'll be talking to you possibly from a top 3 position tonight.
I hope so, and thank you.
Ken, I love the paint job. I want it.
Yeah, it is a good one.
I want it.
You can have it, Rudy. I actually did the same paint scheme for John Schweikert, but I know his love of the Marine Corps, so I put Marine Corps emblems on it, so he's going to run that sometime too.
I just absolutely love that paint job, man. That is amazing. Did you paint that yourself?
I did, yeah.
Oh, my word. That is beautiful,
wow,
man. I love it.
Yes.
I'll send it to you on Messenger, Rudy.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that, Ken. Good luck.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you.
Yep, good luck, and hopefully we'll talk to you later on.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, that is an awesome paint job.
And there you go, Rudy.
Yeah, all you got to do is ask sometimes, eh?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to ask.
That's right. Well, Nick Olson is in the lead, but now he will have to pit. But, if he could, this is going to be the tricky part, whether he's going to short pit or what's going to happen here, because most of these guys in the front are going to have to at least stop and take a splash of gas, okay? Now, Anthony Thitchner pitted in hopes that maybe with the pace laps that are going on right now might afford him, it's going to be really close for him. Still don't think he's going to make it, because it's going to be about 43 laps on a tank of fuel, or 42 maybe. I really don't think so. Well, pace car's in, and we're back under green here, folks. Guidry jumps right in behind Nick Olson. That kind of leaves Ken Ron up on the high side, looking for somebody to go with him. Brian Willison is right there. Brian's car is unscathed tonight, Jeff, so, there could be a one right there we could see in victory lane.
Yeah, exactly. And I still think, as we see Ken Ron coming up here too, and the 14 car here of Michael Guidry, and these guys, they're the cleanest cars right now, and I think, they're not going to give up, and they're going to try their best and their hardest to get up here and race and contend for a win here tonight.
I'll tell you what, Nick Olson's doing a real good job on the bottom there by himself, trying to defend that position, but Guidry is going to get it here at the line, so he will lead his first lap of the race, and he's going to stay up there, I think, and try to bring some of these guys along with him. No, he's going to drop to the bottom.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and something else interesting, Rudy. Look here. Nicole Johnson is battling for third place.
Yeah, with no front clip on that car. I mean,
no. We
thought that car was absolutely toast, and here she is. But we've seen this, though. She's been hanging there in the draft. Now, she may not have a winning car.
Got Anthony Thitchner getting loose.
And he saves it, but boy, he checked up the field and going to drop a lot of positions.
Yeah.
Oh man, caught that apron. I don't know if we can go back and see this or not. Let me see if we can see this.
I think he had some help, Rudy.
Let's see. Oh no, he didn't.
Yeah.
No, he just got loose. It looked like he tried to dive it to the bottom there. Well, maybe.
Oh, it looked like I saw the 73 car and he'll make some contact.
Yes, he did. Sean Medling got into the side of him. But what a save by Anthony Thitchner. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
He did get into the outside wall, though, so he is going to have damage. But wow, what a save. All right, back up front, Guidry in command. And Nick Olson trying to make a move on the outside, and Nicole Johnson. These guys are getting racy up here now. I'm telling you, man. Brian Whittleson kind of sifted back just a little. I think he's kind of concerned now with just how these guys are racing, and some of them have damage. And you know how the cars will handle when they have damage, Jeff. Sometimes they can be a little squirrely on the exit of turns.
Exactly, yeah. And sometimes, you know, especially on restrictor plate tracks, you never know with tracks like this when that car is going to get squirrely like that. I mean, there's sometimes, you know, it can just feel perfectly fine, and then you come around the next lap and that car feels just totally different, and you're like, what happened here? Where did that feeling go from last turn?
Yeah, no kidding. I'll tell you what, I am super impressed at the job Nicole Johnson's doing here. Man, I'm telling you, with the whole front end of that car gone like that and how fast that car is, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, excellent job that she's doing right now with cars damaged as it is. And I think that, you know, for a while, you know, I haven't seen a car, you know, in a long time do this good. And this is just great to see that this damage as this car is, and it's up here contending for top 3.
Well, now we got a 5-car pull away all the way back to Brian Willison, and it looks like they're going to get a run on Nicole Johnson on the outside. Nick Olson actually does lead that lap. Sousy losing the draft. He's got damage on his car, so he's not as fast as those guys. He was hoping to stay in the draft, but he's losing it really quick now. Witherspoon, another one, had to check up there after that deal with Anthony Thitchner. I think he checked up a little bit too much, but he wanted to keep his car clean and safe. So, you know, I mean, he's going to be coming up on Josh Sousy here in just a minute, and those two may be able to motor back up to the front. He's closing up on Sousy real quick. Now down to 6/10 of a second, but he's closing that gap. Back up front, Guidry. Still pulling these 5 cars, still working together side by side. Ken Ron sits there in 5th place. He does have a little bit of damage on his car as well, but he's still running very well. And now we get down to, looks like about 18 cars left in the race. Michael Livey and Thomas Latimer still sitting on pit road. And in about 6 laps here, Jeremy Rubin's going to pass all them guys. He's going to go from 21st clear up to 18th in about another 6 laps.
Yeah.
So, man, what a job he has done to come back that far just by not giving up.
Exactly.
Go back and catch up with Jeremy. He's back here all by himself, nobody to work with, but and probably will have to make one more pit stop. I mean, it looks like they've got his car pretty well fixed up, Jeff. I mean, the car don't look bad at all. It's got minimal damage on it. It's just not fast right now, and that could be the result of maybe some engine damage on that car. That we don't know. It could let go anytime, you know.
Yeah. I also see something else that's good as well. Matthew Hibbs is back on track out here trying to contend for some more spots, and so is George Munger and Matt Moritz.
Yeah, Matt Moritz. I see Matt Moritz. Yep, George Munger. All this is 4 positions that they can pick up.
Yeah.
Matthew Hibbs. They've sat on pit road and got the damage fixed up that they needed to get fixed up.
Yeah. And in front of Matt Moritz and George Munger here, Blake Freeman, Chris Steele, Brandon Simmons, Chuck Harrell, John Swiker, and Scott Hunsinger are all out of this race. So if there's enough laps to go, these guys can get some pretty good positions here.
Yes, sir. We'll be keeping an eye on that. Brian Wilson for the lead for the first time today. Or, I'm sorry, it wasn't the first time. He already led 1 lap, but he does take over the lead here from Michael Guidry. Nick Olson stays with him. Nicole Johnson kind of gets shuffled back. She'll be working with Ken Ron here. Looks like they're teaming up, and they're trying to stay in the draft of them front 3, but I don't know. With that damage that Nicole's got, she's going to struggle right now to stay in that draft.
Oh, yes.
And it looks like Ken Ron's working with her. I know those, they are, I don't know if you call them teammates or what, but they are in the channel together. I believe they are teammates. They're pretty much working together here, but they are falling back a little ways. They're about 1.5 seconds off the leader, Brian Wilson. They need a couple.
I just saw Anthony Fitchner went a lap down.
Yeah, I think he stopped. No, maybe not. I was thinking maybe he might have stopped to take a splash of gas, but no, I guess not. If he did, I missed it. He may have stopped to take a splash of gas and tires enough to make it.
I missed that too. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Rudy.
Back up front, Brian Wilson. Michael Guidry and Nick Olson, them 3 working together. And we're kind of getting down to, let's see. Well, they're a long ways from halving to pit. Okay, but I was kind of wondering if they were going to maybe try to short pit it here, or if they're just going to stay out as long as they can possibly stay out, Jeff, and hope a caution comes out. If a caution comes out, then they'll be able to pit without going, losing that track position.
Exactly, and that'll be a key factor for those guys too, to not lose track position.
Right.
Especially hit a big track like this.
Yeah, they pulled away about 4.4 seconds from Nicole Johnson now. They're really dropping back here. Their speeds are actually, I think they're kind of decreasing here as time goes on. So I'm just kind of curious to how much engine damage Nicole may have. Whether she can even make it 29 more laps, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a shooting match. Josh Witherspoon kind of getting around Joshua Sousey. Sousey trying to stay in his foot track. Sousey's got quite a bit more damage than Witherspoon does as they get around Michael Kinner. Kinner in 12th. Quite a few people in chat tonight. Good to see it. If it's your first time here on MaxSpeedTV, make sure you do hit that subscribe button and please like the video, folks. We got 28 people watching right now. There should be 28 likes on that video. Unless you don't like it, I guess that's all up to you, but hit that like. That's what we like to see. Want to know if we're doing the right thing. Nick Olson for the lead. Him and Michael Guidry get around Brian Wilson. They just drove around him. Nick Mike Olson leads yet another lap, and these front three have each led 6 laps. Isn't that something?
It is. And I'd say that's amazing. These guys are putting on a show up here right now with just top 3 cars, and we see Brian. He's up here racing with these guys. He's contending for a win here, and so is Michael and Nick. And we see Nick out throughout the beginning of the race. He had some connection issues and was blinking really bad, but it looks like right now he's got that cleared up, and he's up here having a fun time.
I know Guidry's got just a smidgen of damage on his car, but he still seems to be pretty fast. He had a little bit on that right rear. I don't think that's really going to affect him too awful much. If that would affect anything, it would affect the handling of the car probably, not really the speed. And as long as he stays in the draft right there, he could be possibly still in contention here for a win. So the Discount Tire Chevrolet running real well there for Michael Guidry. Brian Wilderson, one of the few out here that does not have damage on his car, riding right on the back bumper of Michael Guidry. Cole Johnson and Ken Ron quite a ways back, and Ken is actually, I don't know if he's kind of losing a little bit of the draft off of Nicole, or neither one of them just seem like they're up to full speed. Witherspoon and Sousey. Well, they've got way split up here. Witherspoon comes up on the back here of Sean Medling. Sean's about 7 laps down, but at least Witherspoon's got somebody to draft with here now. And that could help him because he is 15.7 seconds behind the leaders, and they are closing, Jeff.
Yeah, just pretty good to see that they are, and hopefully they can get up there before the race is over.
Yeah, working with Victor Cantrell, pulling these guys around with Kurt Quest and Sean Medling and Josh Witherspoon. These guys, and it seems like no matter what track we're at or whatever, it doesn't really matter. We always see Sean Medling and Josh Witherspoon around each other. Have you ever noticed that?
Oh, yeah, I have.
It just seems like they're always around each other somehow. And here they are.
They're teammates.
Well, good news for Joshua Sousey now, because he'll be able to join in with that pack.
Yeah.
He's got quite a bit of damage on his car. And 03, Ken Ron, he's hooking up with this pack here. So everybody's looking for an edge here. And these guys, man, they've chopped about 1.5 seconds off of that lead. These guys right here in this pack. Witherspoon, Ken Ron. There goes about 2 or 3 more tenths. Man, they are closing on the leaders. And we're still waiting to see when they're going to come to pit road here. They got 22 to go at the line, folks. So we could see pit stops here any time now. Whether they want to just stop and take a splash of gas or whatever, it's enough to get them to the end, because they're going to be about 4 to 6 laps short on fuel. And
that's a big key factor.
Yeah, I don't think you could save that much fuel.
You might get lucky saving maybe 2 laps, but 5 to 6, I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, Anthony Thitchner has taken his car behind the wall. So
and Michael Kenner received throughput.
Yeah. Oh, man. And now Sean Medling. What happened to Sean?
I don't know.
He's blinking. Okay, he's back. He's blinking pretty bad.
Yeah. Ooh. I can kind of see his car kind of twitching there a little bit, kind of glitching, and some sparks coming off of it. So tough break for him back here running laps down, and also having that issue as well with that. So Ken
Ron coming up on the back of Kurt Quist. Kurt is in 9th place, 1 lap down. Victor Cantrell just ahead of him, a couple of cars. And Nicole Johnson, right mixed in with these guys. And, you know, she's doing really the right thing right now, because with these guys closing up on them leaders, I mean, they just keep chopping the 10ths down.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because them 3 up there are nowhere near as fast as these 6 cars back here working together.
Oh no! The more cars you have working together, the better your draft line will be. And as that point is, there's only 3 cars up front working together, but they've got a whole train coming behind them. And I believe there's enough laps for that train behind these 3 cars. They'll catch them.
Yeah, because right now Michael Guidry's only doing 187 miles an hour. So now I'm kind of wondering if these guys could be doing a little fuel saving here and going to try to push it to the end.
They possibly very well could be, yeah, because we see Nick Olson and Brian back here. They are going a few miles per hour slower than what Michael Guidry is going. So these guys might be headed into fuel conservation mode.
I believe they are. I think they're going to try to shoot the gap here.
Yeah, I believe these guys up front, they know they've got a little bit of a comfortable margin here to where they can kind of clutch it a little bit coming off the corners and, you know, coming into the corners. They can just tap that clutch a little bit, hold it for a few seconds, and then slam it back on that gas and get back up to speed. And then in the next set of corners, do it again and then clutch a little bit. And sometimes clutching a little bit will help you save a little bit of fuel in that fuel cell.
Well, I'll tell you what, they keep saving, and these guys are coming. Nicole Johnson and all these guys, they're down to under 9 seconds now.
Yeah, I've seen similar scenario. I can't say the word. I've seen similar situations happen like this before, to where, you know, there was only a couple cars up front, and they were going into a fuel conservation status, and the back cars behind them in a pack like they are now were able to catch them because they were letting off so much trying to save fuel for the end of the race.
Down to 7.3 seconds. That's how much them guys have backed off up there in the front. I mean, they're you know, 3-4 mile an hour slower.
Yeah, if you think just a lap and a half ago, this backpack back here with Nicole Johnson and Joshua Witherspoon and all these other guys, they were about 12, 13 seconds back. Now they're only down to 7 seconds. And as you said, Rudy, they're just clicking this time off quick, and there's enough laps. I think they'll catch them.
But these guys are not in, you know, fuel saving mode. They're hammered down here.
Yeah.
And unless they know something we don't.
I think these guys might be able to make it.
You think them guys up front are going to make it?
It's hard to say. I don't think so, but I think the guys behind them, you know, like Nicole Johnson and Joshua Witherspoon, I think they can make it. But the 3 guys up front, it's kind of slim chance right now. And as we can see, they are running slower speeds, so I think they know that there's a chance they won't make it, and they're trying their best to save fuel to make it.
Ken Ron still in the mix there. Joshua Sousey now is way back. He is in 7th place, but last car on the lead lap, 27 seconds behind the leader. Victor Cantrell, first one to lap down, praying for a caution to get back on the lead lap. And he's the one that's pulling Nicole Johnson and these guys around. He's just trying to stay ahead of Kurt Quist. Kurt Quist is right behind him. Those two are racing for position right now. And I'm kind of wondering if maybe if they haven't slowed up a little bit too, because they're not closing quite as fast as they were. They're down to 3.5 seconds. Well, this is going to be a nail biter to the end. Who's going to run out of gas with a couple to go? Who's going to come to pit road and top off, or just take maybe 5 gallons or something, enough to get them to the end? Whoa.
Or who's going to roll the dice and take that chance?
Yeah. These guys down to 2.8 seconds, and the closer they can get to them guys up in the front, the more they're going to save fuel, by staying in the draft.
Man, I can see that Michael Guidry did get up to about 191 miles per hour right there on the backstretch, and he only been.
He's coming to pit road.
Yeah. But his partners did not. They stay out. And no one else comes down, so he's coming in by himself. This I don't think's what he needed, and I don't think this is what he wanted to see either.
Nope, I think he was hoping that them guys would stop with him. But he's just going to take a splash of gas, and he's out of there. So he'll stay on the lead lap. And possibly, he'll probably be the last car on the lead lap because Saucy and all these guys are coming by with full head of steam. And they will pass up Michael Guidry. So he'll go back to 7th position. As he's getting back up to speed here. But now I'm kind of wondering if Brian Wolverson and Nick Olson are going to want to do this.
Well, look who's caught up with them, Nicole Johnson.
Oh, she has. Whoa, they come out
and
of nowhere.
Joshua Witherspoon's there as well.
Oh, my word. This just made a good race out of this whole thing right here, doesn't it?
Yeah. And as we was talking about that, Rudy, will these guys back there catch the front runners? And they sure did in a fine fashion, too.
Yep. And now Nick Olson and Brian Wolverson cannot save fuel anymore. They've got to put the hammer down to keep up with these guys.
Yeah, so they're going to have to roll the dice here. They're just going to have to say, these guys have caught us. We're going to have to push it to the limits now. And if we run out of fuel, we run out of fuel because there's nothing else we can do.
Well, Nicole Johnson to the lead.
Wow.
And Witherspoon's going to deny her that lap.
Yeah, Witherspoon to the lead.
Man, this is getting good.
Yeah. And there isn't very many laps to go in this race. They're down to 85 complete here of just 96, so there's only about 10 laps to go, and they come back around next time by.
12 laps.
12? Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. My math ain't on point tonight, folks.
Well, let's check in with Matthew Hibbs, because Matthew's come up to 26th position by passing all these guys. In about another lap or two, he's going to pass up John Schweikert, so he'll go into 25th. So good comeback for Matthew Hibbs, picking up a heck of a lot of positions out there tonight.
Yeah.
Jeremy Rubin is in 18th, and in, let's see, this time by, he's going to pass up Michael Kinner, so he'll go into 17th, and about 3 more laps, he'll pass Anthony Thitchner to go into 16th position. So, what did I say, man? You got to stay in the race. Get your car fixed, get back out there. And Nicole Johnson is in the lead, and she did lead that lap, Jeff, so she collects a bonus point.
This is just amazing, Rudy, that, her car, as damaged as it is, and, she can stay in this draft and contend for a spot like this.
I know it. This is amazing. But see, she's been hanging right there with Victor Cantrell. They've been working together for quite some time now, and as long as she stays in the draft, she's okay. If she gets out ahead and tries to lead, she can't. It's too much damage on the front of her car, and her car is just not fast enough to lead. But if she can stay behind Victor for the next 9 laps, she could possibly be looking at a victory here tonight.
Yeah. That'd be something.
Yep, Witherspoon all over her back. He's got a little bit of damage. Looking there, Sean Medling right behind them. He is in 13th position, not racing for position. Nick Olson looked like he was going to head to pit road, kind of a fake out there. Brian Wilson didn't bite on it, so Brian's going to drive on by Nick. And man, this is turning out to be, we don't even know who could come out of this with the victory here tonight, because who's got enough fuel? We don't know. We can't tell.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm under the impression that Nicole and Joshua have enough fuel to make it, but then again, they may not.
Yeah, I don't know. They may be running about the same what everybody else is running, because they did not try to save any fuel. Not like Wilson, Nick Olson, and Michael Guidry were trying to save fuel. Oh, yeah. And there goes, who was that? That was Victor Cantrell. He comes to pit road.
Victor Cantrell. Oh.
So
this might not be good news for Nicole Johnson because she's out in clean air now. And I think Victor Cantrell's draft was what was keeping her in front of Joshua Witherspoon.
Yep. Well,
but look at this. We see Brian Wilderson catching back up here. Do we think he's using up much real estate in that fuel cell, or do you think he can do something here?
I don't know. I think he's just trying to stay in the draft, and he's got his fingers crossed right now, just hoping he can make it to the end on fuel. Man.
Well, drafting does say fuel.
Yeah, I'm going to look real quick here just for the heck of it, and I'm going to see if I can figure out when Brian Wilderson was on pit road last. On lap 51. So that would be 45 laps he would have to make it on fuel.
Wow.
I don't see that.
That's cutting it close. I'm thinking, back when he was drafting with those other two guys, Nick Olson and Michael Guidry, when he was back there drafting with those guys and those three were in the lead, we could see them kind of backing off a little bit and saving fuel. Well, he was actually drafting those guys. So in return, him drafting those guys and also backing off, that might have saved him a couple laps of fuel and might have gained a little bit of a window to wiggle around in here.
Well, now, Nicole Johnson was on pit road last on lap 52.
So she might be in that same boat as well. I tell you, Rudy, this race is very interesting on fuel strategy right now.
I couldn't even really tell you who's going to come out of this the victor, because Nicole leading right now, and she's going to have to make it 44 laps on a tank of fuel, and she did not save any fuel.
No, and also look up front here, Rudy, in front of Nicole Johnson, Michael Guidry in a potential position to go a lap down here.
Yep. And I don't think that's going to happen, because I think his car's probably a little bit faster than Nicole's right now. She's just happy to be back in behind him, in behind Michael Guidry, but she's also back in behind her teammate that she's working with pretty much the whole race here, Victor Cantrell. After he had to pit, if you remember just a little bit ago, he had to pit.
Yeah. And he timed that perfectly to get right back in front of her.
Yeah, I think that was definitely planned. He's going to try to pull Nicole to victory here, I believe. But I don't think Witherspoon and Wilderson are going to just sit there. I think something...
No.
Even Wilderson right now, I think he might be getting a little bit hot.
They're coming to 5 to go, so within this range here, it's time to start making moves and start planning out your move for that some fabulous time lap pass that we sometimes see drivers, try to make on the last lap. So we can see something come out of this here, and it'd just be a crazy finish.
And I think they have been saving fuel right now, because look at the speeds. Nicole Johnson's actually cleared down to 185 miles an hour, and I think Victor's even matched that speed. I know he can go faster because he's right on the back of Michael Guidry there, but I think he's kind of matching her speed just to keep her in the lead and stay ahead of her and help her for the victory here. So if push comes to shove and Wilderson or Witherspoon try to dive to the outside, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to all shake out here, because they're coming to 3 to go here, Jeff. This is, man, I don't know about you, but I'm right on the edge of my seat. I want to see Nicole win on this. Oh,
Me too.
This is going to be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, we got a pass here. Joshua Witherspoon taking over the lead, and he's getting a run on these guys all by himself.
Yeah, they were kind of holding everything up right back here,
Yeah. Now look at this, the 13 car of Brian Wilderson also getting around these guys and getting a huge run here.
Yes, sir. He's going to come right in behind Josh Witherspoon. They rode there long enough at that slow speed, and they've got nothing to lose now. All they got to do is just flat foot it the rest of the way, and no more saving fuel now. You got to go for the gusto.
Exactly. Two laps to go. Can the two front cars make it to the finish?
Well, yeah, they were talking about Nicole's. Yeah, Nicole's got to come to pit road.
Caution!
Oh no!
This race is over.
Oh no! Oh, you are kidding me!
No!
Oh no! Saucy getting hooked is what brought the caution out. Oh, I don't know if we can go back. Let's go back one more time here. Check this out. Oh, he's got some cars coming up on him. And right here, it looks like he may have gotten hooked by... Trying to make out who that is.
Oh, Nick Olson was involved in that too.
Oh yeah, he got hooked right there and sent into the wall, and that was by the number 34 of Jeremy Rubin.
Oh.
Jeremy Rubin hooked him. Well, you know, if you look at the back of Saucy's car, it would be very hard when you come up on the back of him, man. That car is really messed up on the back of it. So there is no bumper. You know, how do you try to come up on somebody and give them a shove when there is no bumper left on the car? Well, this is going to be the race right here, folks. Josh Witherspoon will come out of here with the victory tonight. So congratulations to him if he makes it to victory lane here without running out of fuel, because they still could.
Yeah.
You know, we know these guys were really close on fuel. Nicole Johnson will come out third, Michael Guidry fourth, and Ken Ron fifth place. Wow. Uh-oh.
Yeah, and I think Nick Olson ran out of fuel, Rudy. He's on the backstretch just at a snail's pace right now.
Oh, man. Yeah, he's dropping like crazy now.
Yeah, he's only going 8 miles per hour, so I think that engine ran out of fuel.
Josh Witherspoon, he keeps blinking here on me, but he's going to take it to victory lane, so, and we'll stop it right here so he doesn't keep blinking. Looks like Brian Wilson come up to give him a little congratulatory tap there. And but Josh Witherspoon in the victory lane. Wow, can you imagine? What a race, Jeff.
Yes.
Oh my word.
Intense. I mean the first of the race was, you know, it had that big one that happened that we didn't expect. And then, you know, the race just started getting better, you know, after it progressed through. And I'll say the last 20 to 40 laps was just intense.
Well, I'm going to get the winner down here if you want to drag the other two. Josh Witherspoon, you got a copy.
Woo, Rudy!
Are you just a little excited, maybe?
You know, Daytona. Everything's been going on lately, you know. Woo!
Wow. I hope you're going to be all right, brother. I know you're probably just about wringing wet with sweat on that. Well, you had the car. Talk about a little bit about saving fuel there, Josh. You guys were kind of in conservation mode for a little while there, closing up on them last few laps. But before that, you guys were closing on that lead pack, and I mean, you were just running wide open and closed up on them, past them, and then you went into conservation mode.
Yeah, I know Anthony and I were the only two to pit with one to go, and I figured it would come down between me and him if it went green the whole way, which it did. And he got in a little accident there, and that made me lose the draft, and that might have been a blessing in disguise. And once I got in the draft with those lap cars. Hold on. Oh, man. Yeah. I ran out of gas. But yeah, it was tight, and I was getting that draft, and I was able to save about a half a lap of gas. And then, you know, it got down to if the caution came out, it was over, so I just went.
Well, how much gas did you have in the tank when you finished?
1 lap.
Oh, man. Well, that was pushing it pretty close. Well, I know you got a little congratulatory tap there by Brian Wilson at the very end, but congratulations, Josh. It's good to see you in victory lane, man. You know, you go out here each and every week and you give it your all, you know, and you're denied that win every week. And it's about time we see you put that car in victory lane, man. It's great.
It's a long time coming. I hate it for Nicole. I figured she'd probably end up running out of gas, and I was just going to kind of cruise behind her until she did. But once it got time to go, I just had to go. And then I saw on the broadcast she had to pit right when the caution came out. So
yeah,
hopefully she still got a good finish out of it.
Yeah, she did. She wound up third, so that's great. But, man, I'll tell you what, congratulations, Josh. I know you got a whole bunch of people you want to give thank yous out to.
Oh, the PM, JBR, all those guys help me get in a ride, help me get sets. It's just, yeah, oh man, right? Same thing what happened the other night, Rudy. Woo!
I know it.
There's too many people to thank.
I know. Well, go celebrate your victory, okay? Before you have a heart attack, brother.
It's beer for everybody tonight.
All right, congrats. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you, Rudy.
All right, Jeff, you got second place?
I sure do, Brian Wilson. You got a copy?
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Brian, tell us about your run you had out there tonight. We talked to you earlier in the race, and you told us, we thought you opted to start from pit road, and it was actually a mistake. You missed the start, and, man, tell us about your run and how missing that start helped you get through the big one tonight there. It happened on lap 1 and got you a second-place finish.
Yeah, luckily I missed that. Well, I don't even know what happened there on lap 1. Thankfully, I don't know what happened. Yeah, after all that happened, by lap 4, I think I was up to 7th. So starting in the pit, so I made out okay out of that deal.
Yeah, we noticed all night long. We figured that a lot of guys would be in fuel-saving mode. How much fuel did you have at the end there when that caution come out?
I had plenty, and I'm kicking myself for not making a run about a turn earlier before the caution came out. I'd been saving that whole run. We actually dropped back. That lead group, we lost about 12 seconds to that group behind us saving fuel. And by the way everybody was talking, I think I was the only one that had fuel. There might have been, Josh was going to be really close, but I think most everybody else was going to run out of fuel.
Exactly. Well, there was a good finish tonight here at Daytona, and it was a good run by you in the 13 car. How do you feel about going into next week at Kentucky?
Well, it's another mile and a half. It's not really my bread and butter type tracks. I like short tracks and I don't know, the more aggressive type tracks. There's guys that always run well at the mile and a halfs, and guys you always gotta look for. And I'm sure we'll be okay for next week.
All right. Well, congratulations on your second place finish tonight. That was an awesome drive to get up there. Got to like thank you, give a shout out to.
Yeah. Congratulations, Josh, getting a win and getting his chase berth. I know it means pretty big deal for him. So congratulations to him tonight, and all the league admins and all the hard work they do for us.
All right. Well, congratulations tonight, bud, and good luck next week in Kentucky, and we'll see you then. Rudy, you got third place?
I do. Nicole Johnson, you got a copy. Nicole? Did she step away?
I don't know.
Nicole? Oh, come on. We want to interview you, Nicole. We want to. You finished on the podium. Nicole. She's not there.
No, maybe she'll come back after we run down through the results.
Okay, yeah, let's do that real quick, and maybe she'll come back. All right. Finishing in the top spot here, Josh Witherspoon, Brian Wilson second, Nicole Johnson finishing third. Happened to stop there with just a couple to go. Michael Guidry fourth, Ken Ron fifth. Kurt Quist, 6th. Nick Olson, 7th. Victor Cantrell, 8th. Josh Sousey, 9th. Doug Hess, 10th. Stephen Massey finishing... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jeff.
Oh, no problem. Stephen Massey will finish 11th tonight. Josh Sheets will finish in 12th. Pat Rouchet will finish 13th. Sean Medling will finish 14th. Nelson Rivera will finish 15th. Jeremy Rubin, a good drive by him tonight. He'll finish 16th. Anthony Thitchner will finish 17th. Michael Kenner, 18th. Michael Iabee, 19th. And Matt Mortz in 20th. Rudy?
Oh, just a note on that, too. Michael Libby walked away with the most laps led tonight with 46 laps, and then to not be able to finish a race, that's a heartbreaker for him. Thomas Lattimore, yes. 21st. George Munger, 22nd. Ron Miller, 23rd. Scott Hunsinger, 24th. Matthew Hibbs, 25th. John Schweikert, 26th. Chuck Harrell, 27th. Brandon Simmons, 28th. Chris Steele, 29th. And Blake Freeman, 30th, Jeff.
Yep, finishing 31st tonight will be Tony DeGennaro. Finishing 32nd is Tony Diamond. 33rd will be Chris Collins. Justin Bland will finish 34th in the last spot, and Martin Davio did not start the race in 35th.
And neither did Justin Bland, so...
Okay.
All right. Well, anyhow, congratulations. Well, I guess we're not going to get to talk to Nicole. She lost connection. So, but congratulations to Josh Witherspoon, and we'll see you all next week back here for ECR at Kentucky. So don't forget to tune in tomorrow night, folks. We'll have another broadcast here on MaxSpeedTV. Till then, folks, stay safe and have a good night, and happy 4th.